connection here. Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi. So sorry.
That it was okay to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That sounds good. And volume and everything is okay? All right. I think we can see you. All right. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I'm going to elevate my feet here a little bit so I can fit in my chair. And let's just start with our hands over our heart today. All right. So hands over our heart. Lean back into your chair. Soften your face.
Doing a
Imagine that you can let go of any emotions on your face. Soften your jaw. And then let your gaze go a little out of focus. You can close your eyes if that feels good, or you can look down and soften your gaze. But imagine that if there's a word like exercise, which means moving outside, let's go to inner size. So we're moving inward. We're heightening our sense of awareness within. So now as we take this moment, begin to feel your chest move with your breath. All right? So soften gaze, maybe even chin is slightly down. And just begin to find or create a sense of stillness, and you become the witness and the observer. Without judgment, without reaction, just simply feeling the breath. So on an inhale, the chest gently rises and maybe broadens out to the sides. And on the exhales, the chest gently deflates, maybe feels a little heavier. So observing the breath, and imagine that the only thing that the mind is engaged in right now is watching the inhale and the expansion, and the exhale and the release. And in watching this, begin to let your breath slow down a little bit. Can you find a quality of patience, of stretching out the breath slowly, siphoning it a little at a time, so the breath becomes slow and long, but never taking it past the point of tolerance. You always want to find your perfect balance for your breath. How long of an inhale? How long of an exhale? What feels perfect to you? Makes you feel like time is spacious and you're never compromising your breath. Inhaling, feeling the air fill the lungs, and following the path of the air the whole way down to the bottom of your lungs. And then see if you can notice that moment that inhale converts into exhale. And what are the subtle mechanisms that go along with that for you? And then can you follow the exhale the whole way out? And that little moment, that pause before you begin to take the next inhale, just observing. Inhale and pause. Exhale and pause. Allow yourself to be absolutely fascinated by the process of your breathing. Let it feel substantial. Let it feel fulfilling. Connect yourself to the process. The next time you inhale through your nose, sigh out the exhale with an audible ha kind of sound, like a ha. And try that 2 more times. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out a soft ha sound. And as you do that, imagine that you're dissolving everything, letting everything go, releasing everything, so it's just you and your breath. And then you can release your hands. In yoga, we like to say that we're not revisiting the past. We're not inventing the future. We just stay here with the breath as it is. And I love that sense of having no memory, having no future, just being here and keeping it very finite so that you can actually feel and experience. All right, now we'll do some simple arm things to deepen up the breath. So to deepen the breath, we generally need to move the ribs and the spine and the shoulders a little. So we'll focus on that now. So we'll start really simply. Let your arms hang by your sides. Take a moment here to feel as though your shoulder blades can slide down your back and your neck feels a little longer. The next time you inhale, turn your palms forward and let the length of your breath be the length of the time it takes to lift your arms. So when you're ready, inhaling and lifting up, looking up, letting the hands touch lightly, maybe getting a little taller at the top as you pause, and then long exhale, push the air down and away to your sides. Let's try that again. Inhaling and lifting up, lengthening through the spine. Hands touch lightly, and then exhale, push the air down, bring the head back to level. Now we're going to introduce a little pause with the breath. And if at any time the pause doesn't feel good, just breathe as you need to, all right? So now when you're ready, inhale the arms up. Full inhale brings the arms up, and at the top, we'll pause just for 1, 2, and then exhale, push it down. So just a little pause helps you breathe a little more deeply. Let's try that again. So inhaling up. Fingertips touch and you hold your breath without gripping, maybe get a little taller, and then exhale and down. Now we'll try it and add a little bit of spinal movement. So we'll inhale up, pause and get a little taller, pull the belly in, and now exhale wide as you have been, but hinge at the hips and bring your chest towards your legs. Let your head and neck relax down and your arms by your sides. Take a breath here, just letting the spine soften, lengthen. The head is heavy, the back of the neck grows long. And then when you're ready to inhale, inhale, lift your arms the whole way up. And this time, bring your hands, keep your hands together and bring them down to your heart. All right, now we'll change it just a little bit. Keeping your hands together. As you inhale, bring your forearms together or towards each other, and then take them up. And now the exhale is wide and you bring it down. Bring the hands back together. When you're ready for your next inhale, inhale, try and take the forearms towards each other. Take the arms up, pause for 1 count, and then exhale out wide. We'll do that one more time like this. The hands come together. When you're ready, push the forearms together and pierce the air, going up. If it feels all right, just a little pause, and then exhale the arms wide and bring them down. Let's reverse this now. So this is all to get our breath a little deeper and slower and wider into the body. So this time, let's inhale the arms up, look up and bring the hands together, bring the forearms together, and you can bend your elbows and bring your hands down to your heart. It's a little challenge on the shoulders, so just modify as you need to. And let's try that 2 more times. So inhale, lifting up, moving in slow motion. The hands meet each other. The forearms come towards each other, the elbows bend, and you draw the hands down to the heart. And then 1 more time. Inhaling up. Hands come together and exhale. Maybe the elbows come together and you draw the arms down. All right. Now, hands can be on your thighs, and we'll just do a few little circles with the torso just to get that So let's start with our sit bones. And first, you're just going to rock side to side. That's available. You can also use your hands to help push if that makes it a little bit more available. So see what works for you. Just leaning side to side. Now, the next time you lean to the left, let's stay there for a little bit. And now, take your torso, bring it over towards the left knee. And then bring it across the front towards the right knee. And then circle it over to the right and pause. Let the head and neck relax. And then bring it back to center. So we took that slow. I invite you to pick any pace that you want. If there's any place that feels a little sticky or stiff, sometimes it's nice to pause there. So you can move slower or faster than me. You can make the circles small. You can make them big. But the goal is to find your flow. Where is the place and the size of the movement that you can flow? Your nervous system really likes to move slowly and smoothly. So let's take an inhale in the center, and then let's start with leaning over to the left, like we did before. And now you find your pace of where it feels good for you. You can make the circles become bigger. You can speed them up, you can slow them down, you can pause at any point. So just find that place that feels interesting to you and begins to loosen up your low back, but also stabilizes it. Okay. So just exploring your inner size. What is the sensation inside of you? And what is your body calling out for? What does it want right now? Let's do one more in this direction. And then come back to center. Let's take a cleansing breath here. Cleansing breath is inhaling through the nose and sighing it out through the mouth. And every time we take a cleansing breath, it's such a beautiful opportunity just to let go of everything. But just relax into it. All right, let's now lean over to the right. And then take your chest and swoop it towards your right knee. And then over to the left knee. Pause a little as you lean to the left. Let the head relax over. And then bring yourself back to center. And now let's begin to, you find your path of going in this direction. Feeling the weight shift from one hip to the next, maybe. Feeling it in the side body or the spine. Or just coordinating your breath. Exhaling as you fold forward. Inhaling as you come up. And let's say one more here. And then come back to center. All right. Let's do a little something with our head and neck just to make sure that that is comfortable as well. So we'll start really simple with a few head movements, and then we'll turn them into some rolls. So let's just look side to side. So first, just take your head, make sure your chin is level, and just look to the right. But think about pinning that left shoulder back towards the back of your chair. And then use your inhale to bring your head level. Draw your head back just a little bit. And then exhale to the left, but then think about pinning that right shoulder back. Use your inhale next time to come to center. Draw the chin back in a little bit, and let's do that one more time. So turn and look to the right. Notice where your eyes go. You might go a little further this time, but again, pin that left shoulder back. You're breathing the whole time. The next time you inhale, you'll float your head back to center. Gently draw the chin in again. We have a tendency for our head to be forward, so we're always double checking and keeping it back in line with our spine. And the next time you exhale, turning your head to the left, and then pinning that right shoulder back. And then bringing your head to level. Now, I'm going to give you an option to add the arms here. So you can add the arms. If that doesn't work for you, then you can just turn your head as we did. So bring your hands around behind your back, if that's available, And the right hand is going to hold on to the left wrist or somewhere around there. Okay? So then you can see I've got my right hand to the left wrist. I'm going to pull that over towards the right. So wherever your hands are, kind of pull them over to the right, and you'll feel a tightness on your left shoulder. So now, take your head and turn it, let's see, to the right. Am I doing this right? Yeah. So pull your hands, your shoulder blades back and down, and turn your head to the right. That helps you pin your left shoulder back. And then bring your head to level. And then switch your hands. And when you're ready, turn your head to the left, and that hand helps pull the right shoulder back. And then inhale, bring that back. All right, now really simple. The head doesn't go to the side that much, but we want to free it up a little bit. So draw your chin back a little bit so the head is right over the heart and the heart is over the hips. That's when we're in alignment. So press your hands down to inhale, get a little taller. When you exhale, just let the right ear feel heavy and slide towards the tip towards the right shoulder. Now you'll feel some length on the left side of the neck, so we're just going to hang out here for a little while. I like to imagine this as saltwater taffy, and it just slowly lengthens. See if you can imagine the crown of the head is heavy, and maybe it sinks a little bit more. And then gently, slowly bring your head back to center. Inhale, push down and get tall. And then when you're ready, exhale, left ear to left shoulder. And sometimes what happens is we take that movement and the body kind of hits a place where it says, yeah, that's as far as I can go. But then if we stay at that place or just inside of that place, so we're not in discomfort, and we deepen the breath and slow it down, when you exhale, then sometimes you can find a little bit more range of motion. And then bring your head back to center. Now let's try, well, we'll take it a little step further. Take your left hand and hold on to the side of your chair. Sit up and get tall, and when you exhale, take the right ear towards the right shoulder again. So now this is going to create a lot of tension or some tension because the left shoulder is now stabilized, and so the lengthening is happening from the head of the shoulder along the side of the neck. So you can lean away from that a little bit to intensify it, or you can minimize it by not leaning quite as far. And then when you're here, let's look down. Take your chin towards the tip of your right collarbone. And then nice and slow, look up, take your chin towards the ceiling. And let's do that one more time. Chin down to the collarbone. Chin up towards the ceiling, a little to the right. Then bring your head level. Bring yourself back. Release that left hand and take just a moment. Imagine there's a balloon inside your left shoulder and direct your breath, your next breath, right into that shoulder. So inflate it with your inhale and then relax it with your exhale. And then notice if you can feel a little difference between left and right shoulder. Let's try the other side. So now right hand on the chair, holding on, or it can be on your leg or just touching, whatever works for you. Sit up tall, and now left ear goes towards left shoulder, and you'll lean a little bit away from that. So again, you want to control the amount of tension that you're creating. You're stretching the muscle, but you never want to go to the place where it's uncomfortable. You want to find just that edge where it's interesting, and then redirect your focus to your breath. On the inhale, you expand the place that you're feeling the most sensation. And on exhale, you relax and release it. Now let's try moving the head a little bit. So your head is to the left a little. Take your chin towards the tip of your collarbone, looking down. And then very slow, very smooth, just within your comfort range. Taking the chin up, looking up into the ceiling at the left. Nice and slow, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Pausing in any place that feels very gunky or stiff, and you need to release it. And one more time down. Then bring your head level and bring yourself back to the center. Now we'll take it one more step further, and again, you'll modify this if this doesn't feel right. So we'll take our head to the right, and we're going to look down to the right. Now take your right hand and very gently place it on your head. So you're not pulling or yanking, it's just the weight of your head. When you exhale, very gently guide your chin down towards your collarbone. And on the inhale, lift your head back up. We'll do this 2 more times. So you're just helping your head nod a little bit with the weight of your hand and arm. Exhale, take it down. You might feel a little bit more lengthening along the left rear neck. And then we bring it up. So just 2 or 3 seconds for each of these rotations or movements. Exhale, very gently allow the hand maybe just to gently add a little extra weight to the chin, to the head, feeling that neck lengthen, and think about that left shoulder drawing back and down. And then inhale, back up, release that right arm, come back to center. Whew, that can be a little intense, so just wag your shoulders a little bit, release, and then we'll do the other side. So let's turn our head to the left, drop our chin towards the collarbone, and then the left arm comes around and is placed on the back of the head. When you exhale, you're very gently guiding that chin maybe a little bit more deeply towards the collarbone, because the weight of your head will traction that out. Make sure your right shoulder is not lifting up, so you're anchoring that right shoulder blade down. And inhale yourself level. We'll do this 2 more times, and we'll stay the 3rd time a little longer. So guiding that head down on an exhale. And bringing the head level on an inhale. Guiding the head down. And inhaling up. And then release. All right. I'm going to come to the edge of my chair so I can move a little bit more. And you're welcome to do that if that's available to you. So in this little sequence, it's 6 moves. And in 2 of them, it involves moving the knees. So let's just play with that for a little bit before we start it. So bring both of your hands onto your left knee. And then we'll just see what happens. Hands underneath the knee. And on an exhale, lift the knee up. So if you don't need your hands, and you can lift your hands up, you can just keep your hands. But if you want, if you use your hands and you lift that knee up and you gently place it down. Bring your hands over to your right knee, cup the knee, and maybe you can lift the knee up a little, lean back a little, and then bring it down. All right, so that's the movement. If we can either lift the knee or we can use our hands to lift it. You can interlace your hands behind it. So we'll come to that in a second. But I just want to say, if that isn't available to you, don't worry about it. But it's for some people that's an option. I just want to provide some options. All right, let's interlace our hands at the back of our head and our elbows are wide. So let's work with the spine here just a little bit. So let's lean forward. So we're at a diagonal. And then look up at the ceiling, and we're creating that little back bend by doing that, and we're taking the elbows wide. Now the next time you exhale, tuck your tail under you, draw your elbows together, and bring the chin down to the collarbone, lean back and hollow the belly out. And let's try this a few times. So now inhaling, you lean forward, broaden the elbows, and then look up. So feel the whole front body lengthening and the back body, you might feel it compressing around the spine. Breathing as you need to. The next time you exhale, you're drawing the elbows together, rocking back, and hollowing out the belly. Let's try that one more time. So we're exaggerating these movements to find the breath and the spine together. Leaning forward, looking up, feeling that curve in the back. Exhaling, opening the upper back by drawing the elbows together and drawing back. And then coming back to center and taking the elbows wide. Okay, so now, take an inhale here. When you exhale, firm your belly and take your arms to any degree over to the right. So just exploring, lengthening along that left side body and contracting on the right side. So you're like an accordion that's over to the side. And then float yourself back to center. And then let's exhale to the left. So we're just getting aware, becoming aware of our side body, and then coming back. So breathing deeply. Now, this time, take an inhale, and when you exhale, can the left elbow come to the right knee, or maybe just towards the right knee? Right? So we're not moving the legs just yet. Just bring that elbow down, or just generally in that general direction. And then inhale yourself back to center. So it involves a twist now. Exhale, you're twisting in the rib cage, and then bringing the right elbow towards the left knee. A little pause, and then we bring it back up. All right, now this time, the leg comes to the elbow, maybe. And if that doesn't work, then you take your elbow down again, all right? So we inhale, twist over to the right, and maybe the right knee comes up towards the left, or the left elbow goes back down again, your option. Come back to center, twist to the left, and the right elbow comes down, maybe towards the left knee, and then back up. Now let's try that again one more time. So we inhale and get tall, and we take it over to the right. Just explore that lovely length on the left side of the body. And then nice and slow, with that left elbow leading us, we come back to center and we find that tall spine again. Pull the navel in as you exhale and coast over to the left. Right elbow wants to touch the ceiling. And then inhale back to center. Next time you exhale, you'll swivel with the rib cage and the left elbow will come towards the right knee. Long exhale here. Pull the navel into spine. And then use your inhale to float the torso up and come back to center. Big inhale followed by a long exhale. You'll swivel the rib cage to the left and take the right elbow down towards the left knee. Pull the navel in as you exhale, and then expand your chest as you inhale and come back to center. All right, and then this third time is the option with the legs, or modify as you need to. So we inhale, we swivel to the right, and this time maybe the right knee comes towards the left elbow. And we inhale back up. Come to center. Exhale, swivel to the left, and right left knee comes towards right elbow. Come up. Swivel to the center, and release your arms. Now we'll see what else we can do with this. So we'll do a variation of a sun salutation. So sun salutations will be a little bit easier if the legs can be a little wider. So if that is available depending on what you're sitting on. Take your legs a little wider. All right, arms are by your sides. On an inhale, let's, what I want to say, splash the water. So splash the water, bring the arms up, and then use your exhale to find a cactus arm. Let the elbows and the hands push back. Feel the shoulder blades come together. Inhale your hands to your lap and push up. Get tall on your inhale. And then on your exhale, slide your hands down towards the floor to any degree. So back rounds, chest lays on the thighs, and hands are wherever they naturally reach. They might be holding onto the chair or the footstep or your legs or the floor. Then bring your hands to your lap, and on an inhale, push yourself up, come the whole way up, and on the exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. All right, so that's the basic format of the sun. And then we'll add each time a little something. All right, so bring your hands by your sides. Long inhale, inhale. Oops, sorry. We're gonna splash the water. I like that better. And up. And then exhale into our cactus arms. Bring the hands to the lap and push down to lift up. And then exhale, slide the hands down. Now the hands we're gonna stay bent over. So wherever the left hand is, it can be on the leg, the chair, the floor. We're gonna keep it down. And on an inhale, take your right arm towards the ceiling. So it's a little twist. So it's like you're an airplane that's sideways. And then exhale your right arm down. And you can hold on to you can also keep your elbow on your lap rather than your arm if that's more comfortable. And then inhale the left arm up. Find that twist through the mid-back. Exhale the left arm down. Bring your hands to your lap and push up. And then roll the shoulders back and down. And third time. So we inhale and reach up. Long spine, look up, fingertips touch. This time exhale, big swan dive down. Let the hands go wherever they will. Head and neck relax over. I'll demo this time with my elbows on the lap in case that's a better option for some of you. But if you can reach the whole way down, go for it. So let's go to the left this time. So the right arm stays down or the right elbow. And we push down with the right arm to lift the left arm up. Feel that length through the spine. And then exhale the left arm down. I'm going to put it on my lap just as an example. And as we push down to lift the right arm up. And then bring that down. Bring your hands to your lap. Push down to lift the spine up on an inhale and roll your shoulders down. All right, this time we'll do a little option with the legs now. So what's nice about sun salutations is you just sort of repeat them in this sort of hypnotic way. You get your breath long, and it helps put you almost in like a trance, like a meditative state. So you just find the flow with this. All right, so let's inhale up. And exhale, fold over, forward fold. We'll do our twist again. So left hand stays down or on the lap, and the right arm comes up. Long exhale brings that right arm down. On the inhale, left arm floats up. And exhale the left arm down. Bring the hands onto the lap. On an inhale, push your spine up long. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now, on an interlace your fingers, maybe, or maybe under the thigh. But on an inhale, you're going to lift that right knee up and hug it into the chest, maybe. Or some version of that. Or maybe you just pick your heel up or whatever's available to you. Lift that up. And then exhale the right arm, leg down. Come on over to the left. And maybe the left knee comes up. The left leg. And then we bring that down. All right, let's try that again. Inhale up. And exhale and fold. This time we'll twist to the left. So right arm stays down, left arm reaches up. Now stay up here for an extra breath. And now can you bring that left arm out forward towards me or towards the screen, so over your ear. So it's a little bit of a lengthener on the left side. And then bring it down. The left hand presses down. We'll take the right arm up. And then can we bring it out in front of us, palm down, and reach, like there's something in front of us we want to reach. Good. And then bring it down. Bring your hands to your lap. On an inhale, push down to come up. And then roll the shoulders back and down on your exhale. All right, let's do the left leg first. So any version of lifting that left leg, I'm going to lift underneath this time. I'll get into the chest. And then bring it down. And then we'll come over to the right side. Exhale, lift that right leg up to any degree. And inhale and lower it down. All right. Let's try one more time with this, with just another variation. All right, so we'll inhale up. And exhale, long spine, lifting way out of the low back and cascading over. We'll twist to the right this time. So left hand stays down or on the lap, and the right arm comes up. And Carol, can you turn your palm away from you? It looks like you're a little twisted there, so like palm is like that. Okay. And then exhale, bring the right arm down. And inhale, take the left arm up. And bring that down. Hands on your lap. Push up. And this time we'll take a twist. So let's take the left hand over to the outside of either the chair, the thigh, the leg. You're holding on to the leg. And then take your right arm straight ahead. Look at your fingertips and then follow it nice and slowly as you take it back behind you to any degree. And you're pressing against the left side of you or the chair to help you twist a little bit more. Look back behind you. Now keep your arms like this, but just inhale your head forward. So look over your left shoulder. And then exhale, look back over your right shoulder. Inhale, take it over the left shoulder. And last time, take it over the right shoulder. Drop the shoulder blades, lift the crown of the head up. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll do one more and we'll take the twist to the other side then. So again, shoulders start to feel nice and open. Inhale up. Tip forward from the pelvis and reach way out in front of you and come way down. Let's twist to the left this time first. Twist to the left. Bring it down. Twist to the right. Bring it down. Hands to your lap. And push yourself up on an inhale. Roll your shoulders back. And now right hand will come to the outside of your left leg or your hip or the chair. Get the handle on your wheelchair, that, whatever you want to hold on to. We'll take that left arm forward. Look at the fingertips. And then exhale, just glide that hand back, shoulder level, until you find your natural stopping place. Drop your shoulders and lift through your spine. And then take your focus into your breath. So on an inhale, can you expand the chest? And on the exhale, can you pull the belly in and maybe twist a little further? Just explore what your range is here without any tension in the shoulder. Then take your head and look over your right shoulder. And then take it back, look over your left. Look over your right. Look over your left. And then nice and slow, bring yourself around. Now let's do a side bend. Again, let's take the right arm over to the left leg or the chair. We'll take the left arm up to the ceiling. And we'll go over to the side. Now, while we're here, I'll say you can have your hand on your shoulder. You can have it in a cactus arm. You can have it bent. You can have it like that. Or if that doesn't feel good on your shoulder, you can even have your hand on your opposite shoulder. If this on the opposite leg doesn't feel good, you can bring it on the same leg. So there's lots of variations always you can modify. But what's the goal here? The goal is lifting up. The rib cage moves away from the pelvis. The head and neck relax over, and you lengthen through that left outer shoulder. And just bend that elbow and bring yourself back. Take a breath. That's pretty intense on the back, the low back. And we'll do the other side. So, left hand comes somewhere on the right, or if that doesn't feel available, then on the inside of the left will work as well. Right hand can come to shoulder. It can be cactus. It can be slightly bent, or it can be extended. And then finding your comfort zone and leaning over to the side. So we're not going forward or back here. It's strictly to the side. And you're letting your head and neck relax again. With each inhale, can you reach a little further and lengthen? And then with each exhale, can you keep that length, hollow the belly out, pull the navel back, and support and stabilize your low back there with your abdominals. Let's take one more breath here. Maybe reach a little bit more. And then bend that elbow and just help ourselves come on back. Place your hands on your lap and take a cleansing breath here and just pause to feel that energy inside. I would imagine that you feel some shift in what's going on, or just noticing a difference in your breath. What's the pattern, the depth, the texture of your breath, or do you feel something inside your body? All right. We're almost done. So let's interlace fingers. That is okay. If that isn't available, you can hold on to the wrist, but if you can, interlace the fingers. You'll turn your palms away from you if that works. And then scoop the air and bring your arms up. Now make sure you feel anchored. We'll take it over to the left. But now, what does it feel like? So you need to engage your abdominals here to protect your back. Find your version of a nice big circle. So we started out moving the torso, but now we're adding a little bit more by taking the arms forward and around. So we'll do twice in this direction. Ooh, big breaths, bringing it up and pausing. And then our version of going over to the right and forward and around. We'll do 2 circles in this direction. So firming the belly to stabilize the low back. Bringing it up. Take just a moment when you get to the top and get a little taller. And then bring the arms down. All right. Last thing we'll do here. Take an inhale and take your arms wide into a big Y shape and look up, let your back arc a little bit. And then exhale, round the back, bring your hands to your knees and just push back. We're just working through the spine again. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale and round down. Now come back to center. And the very last thing we'll do is just a little bit of an abs thing. So you can put your hands on your belly and just lean back until you feel your abs turn on. Take your arms forward if this feels okay. Lean back. And then it'll be a little bit more demanding to take your arms wide. So try and keep leaning back with straight back so you're not slouching or arcing. Bring it forward again. Take them out. Now this is the ultimate challenge here. Just see, and this is not for everybody, but maybe you lift one knee, take it down, and lift the other. For those of us, it's a little bit more challenging to the abs. You're adding more weight and imbalance. All right, and then bring your arms together, bring yourself forward, and just bring your hands to your heart. Let's put one hand on top of the other the way we started so we can shrug and release the shoulders down. Spine is long. And again, cue into your breath, feeling yourself expand the chest on an inhale and a long, deep exhale. Working those shoulders, taking away the tension. We're melting the tension. Let's do that one more time. On an inhale, broaden your rib cage. On an exhale, side out and soften between your shoulder blades. Inviting a little stillness, letting your mind find a little release, staying present. And I thank you so much for joining me in Adaptive